stuff because like I play games on my computer and I would love to stream. I think that'd be so cool. I just don't know how to do any of that. Yeah, I'll grab your number. You can walk me through stuff sometime.
Our company provides a wide range.
I recently just started getting into like Counter-Strike and stuff like that. I
CS
never thought I'd like
cleaning,
it, but
and window
CS2 is my favorite right now.
Good too,
Proudly coming to you live from sunny California. Welcome to the AM Pressure
supposed to
Wash
be
talking
Podcast.
multiple, isn't it?
Here's your host, Mark Sullen.
What's happening, everybody?
Oh yeah, I hear everybody.
So, we got some crew here that we wanted to give a little notoriety to today. We got Max and Sam, but we're getting all of them up and going right now, all the different streams. So bear with us. We wanted to give a little notoriety to today. I got the delay there. We got Max and Sam. There you go.
Gotcha.
Just this one over here. Get rid of the delay. Bear along with us, folks. We're going to get...
All right, so we have a TikTok chat on the right side.
Yep. Open it up a little bit so I can see that one. That's good.
Um,
Well, I have to slide it back a little bit. So I got it right here.
okay,
There you go. Now I can see it. That's perfect.
okay. And then
We got...
Facebook chat, YouTube chat, TikTok chat, Instagram chat.
Let me go to live chat. There we go. What's the difference between, ain't this one YouTube?
So this is a multi-chat. If we type in this chat, it types in all chats.
Oh, okay. So it's this one over here I can type in.
Yeah.
Right
that,
on.
That one, it only works for Facebook and YouTube as for right now.
Right on.
Yep, welcome.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that one works good if I need to type something in, and it doesn't go over to TikTok, right?
It does not go over to TikTok, and it does not go over to Instagram right now. So if you want Instagram, we'll be right here.
Okay. All right. So over here on TikTok, Gary West, thank you for joining. And who else we got joining in here? Oh, look at Instagram. It's always got people jumping in. All One Solar Shine. What's up, Edgar? All right. So today we have the one, the only Max and Sam from it's Rialto. Norco.
Yeah, Norco.
Yeah, I was thinking Rialto. But these are two young entrepreneurs that's come in. They've been working with us for a while. They've started out with the J. Racenstein electric rotary brush and got the J. Racenstein RO system. And now they've moved up to the water-propelled rotary brush. And they ended up getting mine and borrowing it for a while to test it, see if they like it. And they come back into the GAIA and said, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, yeah.
So, guys, what is the name of your company?
The name of our company is Solar Sweep, and we do pressure washing for all concrete and buildings, and we clean windows and solar panels.
There you go. So I'm going to get some magic numbers right now. So what is your phone number?
My phone number is 951-870-8145.
And mine is 951-520-5976. And then we have a company phone number, 951-407-3955.
Cool. Well, that way everybody's got your number. If you're in the areas and are looking for, solar panel cleaning and everything that they just discussed, please give these guys a call. And I know our camera's up here, so guys, the reason I'm not paying attention to you and looking so much, I'm watching all the chats. So last week we went back live on our podcast, so we're going to start doing this all the time. I'm going to try to do maybe 3 a week if I can fit it in on the schedule. So I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we're going to try to do it around this time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, around 11 to 12 o'clock. I'll get with Kaylin, and we'll try to get it to where it's more scripted, to where you'll know exactly what time we're coming in, if we got guests coming in. But Max and Sam just walked in a little while ago, and I told them, I said, hey, I was thinking about going out here and playing on the podcast table a little bit. And if you got time, stick around, and we'll get you a little notoriety. Schwartz Electrical Services, you were on the other day. Freedom Fighters, M Bureau, Matt Hall, Lacey B, Rovola, Flaming Solar Cleaning, Jiffy Cuts. So all of you guys, no join. Yeah, Instagram is pretty crazy about how many people follow me, come on live during the day. All right. business-wise, what was we talking about earlier? Was talking about doing a little bit of business and everything. Some of the topics to talk about. Do you remember?
I don't. I don't.
Okay. All right.
I do remember we were saying something about like windows and concrete and stuff like that. We were talking about doing like commercial jobs with, especially with solar too.
Yeah. So the boys end up getting, all the stuff to do the solar panel cleaning, and then they end up getting a pressure washer with a burner, so that way they can do the concrete. So we talk about this all the time. Do not leave money on the table. Once a customer likes you, they're going to always want to keep you, especially if you're doing a good job and, they're not having to come back and, complain about things that you missed or everything else. So you always, stay focused. So you two working together as a team, you go behind each other. So
Right.
You're like, hey, Sam, you missed this, or hey, Max, you missed some gum right here. So whenever you get done with the job, before you coil everything up and coil your hoses, go back and look at everything.
Well, one of the things that we really wanted the pressure washer was because a couple of the commercial jobs that we were doing, the property managers of the properties that we were working on asked if we did that, and we didn't have the pressure washer at the time, and so we left a lot of money on the table for a couple of those jobs, and we're like, we really need to get that because you're just missing out on
It's
a lot.
really a no-brainer to kind of have things like that, because it's going to end up paying for itself in the long run too. You have to kind of think ahead when you are in a field like this.
I know. Yeah. Sorry for the noise in the background. We got a customer here. Jeff is putting a new pump on for him, and you see the hose reels in the floor. I just broke some new cases open. We got to get some of the new bigger reels put in the showroom. We've been going through them like crazy here lately. But that's what I tell everybody when you get in the business. Your first year, you're going to bust your butt. You're going to get notarized. You're going to go out there and pound the pavement to get your customers. And all the money comes in, you're putting it back in the company. People that are struggling may take 2 years, 3 years to put the money back into the company. So that way you can get all the equipment you need. And you people have seen, me post my Zuzu that, it's the bigger one for the more commercial. I've got my van that we use for everything, and we can do commercial with it as well, but we use it more for residential and gas stations and restaurants. But when you open up our equipment and you look and see what we have every tool you need. In the cleaning industry, we have everything. The latest thing I just included was that battery operated sprayer. Yeah. No more pump sprayers. That daggum thing is so nice. And I'm not trying to get sales out of everybody. I'm just telling you, I stock them now and I have them. So this battery operated sprayer, if you go back on my social media streams, you'll see where I promoted it and I showed it. Well, I'd had one given to me a while back, and you get busy with the 9 to 5, and we have racking over here, and mine's sitting right up there now. I got to go put it in my van. I forgot about it, and I never went out and played with it and tested it. So I started calling the people and asked them, I said, well, what can you spray with this? You can spray with muriatic acid. You can do bare brick graffiti remover. You can use F9 bark in it, and it will not eat the seals up in this pump, in this sprayer. So it comes with a lot of different things. It comes with a 20-foot hose. If you want to do a 5-gallon bucket and spray with it, you got bottles you can connect to it. You have some chemical bottles that will actually thread to it, and you can use it that way. The 5-gallon or the gallon jug of F9 bark, what I do is I have an old bottle that I drilled a hole in, and my little clear hose goes into that gallon jug. Mm-hmm. And then I can hold that in one hand, have the sprayer in the other one. And this thing is so nice. So I was just telling you, one of the latest pieces of equipment that we got that we're using now. One of my customers, Santa Claus, you got Bob over here that works with Santa Claus with Ken Fuller. So he's the one that's, we're putting a pump on with right now. So Ken come to me and he wanted one. He's seen it on social media or somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wait a minute, that looks familiar. Yeah. So I went out in the warehouse and I took got the dust off of mine, and this thing is nice. So I went out and used it. I charged my batteries up, went out and sprayed with it. And I'm like, dude, no more pump sprayer. Because some of this stuff, I don't put in my big tanks, like my degreaser, my powder degreaser. I mix it in my 30 or 50-gallon tanks, and I use a pressure washer to spray the degreaser, and I come back and start surface cleaning the concrete. Yeah. This right here, whenever you need to spray for rust, or if you got, patio furniture that put the little rust spots on the ground, once you get done cleaning, let it dry, spray the F9 bark, and literally watch it disappear.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
Penn and
yeah.
Teller ain't got nothing on F9 bark. It literally disappears right in front of you.
The red gallon tub that you have, what is that? F9 bark
Which one?
with the red cap, right there.
Oh, that's
The
a concrete cleaner. That's a
Oh,
powder.
okay.
Yeah.
So how do you apply that? So like
So that's a 5-gallon bucket of powder.
right.
So like my 50-gallon tank, if you want a real hot mix, I do 2 drinking cups. I dip it in there, pour it in there, and then as it dissolves, it liquefy, and then I crank up my pressure washer and use my pressure washer to spray it.
Do you apply it like dry though? or
Always
do you-
dry.
And then do you let it dry and work
Nope.
itself in, or you work
As soon
right
as you
after?
spray it, as soon as you mix it in the water, it has a chemical reaction. It starts getting hot. You
Okay.
can't mix it in something that's tightly sealed. Don't do
Right.
like me. I thought, one of these days, I come in one night and I said, I got an old 5-gallon bucket of the degreaser. I said, I'm gonna put it half full of water and put my premix in there. I put it on back on my truck. By the time I got out to the freeway, I heard something explode, and I looked back and I seen a big old green puff. And by the time I got out of the truck and went and looked at it, it had built up so much pressure, it blew the lid off the 5-gallon bucket. Well, now I got degreaser all over my truck, and I had to wash everything and get it cleaned up. But now you learn,
Yeah.
I learned from my mistakes. So the thing that I do is with AM pressure washing, a lot of people don't realize this. We give free advice. I give free quotes. These knuckleheads have called me that's got questions, and I go over stuff with them. And it's always when they first start. The first week or two when somebody gets into business, my phone don't shut up. I got one customer that's been bugging me this whole weekend. But I'll help you. I'll call you. If I'm in the middle of something, literally, people, I have 3 text messages. So if you call me and I say I'm on the phone and call you as soon as I'm done, I'm with the customer, call you when I'm done. I'm on a job, I'll call you when I'm done. So that way when I send my text out, you don't have to reply to it. And when I open up my text message, I'll see my message that I sent you. And then I start from the bottom and work my way to the top and call you back. So for all you that follow me, customers, you got questions, if I send you a quick text message and I'm busy, just don't reply back to it. You ain't got to give me a thumbs up or anything like that. I will see it in my messages and I'll call you back.
And that's so true. There's been times like where I've called Mark and it's Sunday evening. He could be relaxing, but I call him because I need help, and he answers and he helps me. And I mean that's great customer service. It's amazing. That's why I like doing business with Mark. Because
I had a question about the concrete stuff.
Yeah.
Because let's say I have a customer who's like, I don't want my plants dying or stuff like that. It's safe.
It's biodegradable.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
I got the MSDS sheets on it. It's biodegradable. And even my soap that I use for my foam cannon to clean windows, solar panels, cars, same thing. I got the MSDS sheet on it. It's biodegradable.
Cool.
It will not kill it. Only thing you got to worry about killing plants and everything is like the F9 bark, the sensitive surface, the graffiti remover. Those can clean it. And a lot of people, another topic, and all you soft wash heads out there, you can give me shit, I don't care. Soft wash was invented on the East Coast. So a lot of people were using it to clean vinyl siding homes. Back east, a lot of homes are vinyl siding. Out here in California, everything's pretty much stucco. And, you don't realize you're trying to bring this business to California, but we're in a tree hugger state. And by what I'm meaning is environmental. Well, soft wash is HS, bleach, and when you're spraying this stuff, like people want to spray it on a roof to kill algae. So they spray it on there, let it sit for a few days, and then they come back and rinse it off. Well, when you're spraying that stuff, if you have no gutters and you got vegetation down below, guess where that water runoff's going? It's going right into all your plants, your grass. If you let it run down to a storm drain, it is a $10,000 fine to your company and a $10,000 fine to the homeowner or business owner. If you don't believe me, look it up. I don't have to lie to you. I'm in this business for pressure washing. I've been doing it for going on 15 years, and I know all the rules, the regulations, and we have to, do everything by the book. If we have water running on a street in a community, we berm up the storm drains, and we have a vacuum that reclaims the water. So that way we can filter it and reuse it, or we can pump it over to landscaping, or we put it in a gray water tank, and then we haul it off. So there's things that you need to know about this industry. Got questions? Give me a call. Right here on the back of my monitor is all my phone numbers and emails and everything else. So that's why I put the little stickers on there so you guys can get them. And you can get my information on social media or my website. So, but when you got questions out there, it takes me 2 seconds to do it. I will answer your questions. A lot of the time on my clipboard on my phone, I have how-to videos. I have pretty much all the answers that everybody asks, or the questions that people ask me. I have the answers on my phone. I'll send you a quick text as you're talking to me, and everybody knows this. That's my customers. Whenever they call me, I'm sending you text messages while I'm talking to you, because whatever you're talking to me about, I already have it in a clipboard. That way I ain't got to sit there and type. All I do is open it up, hit it, send. Open it up, hit it, send. Real quick for me to send stuff to you.
Time is money.
Time is money. That's why my voice is shot all the time, because like today's Monday, we are wide open. We got all kinds of stuff going on. That's why you got noise in the background. That's why Joe is here delivering the tanks right now, the DI tanks. We're busy, but I don't mind jumping on the computer for a little bit and go live and answer questions and help everybody out. I see a lot of people tuning in right now. But yeah, call me. I don't mind helping people out. Like I said, I got 3 messages that I'll send you if I don't answer the phone. And what's funny is I'll have people call me and they're like, "Are you the dude, the bald-headed guy on social media?" And I'm like, "Well, hell yeah. Who else do you think it's going to be?" Because they think I have an answering service.
Yeah.
No, I'm too cheap. I ain't hiring somebody to come in and do this stuff, because with the answering service, they don't have your brain. They don't know your knowledge. They don't know everything. So it's easier for me just to answer the phone, lose my voice, and deal with you guys and ask, answer everything you have or questions you may have.
Plus, I feel like people appreciate that more when you can go directly to the main guy versus going to his assistant or something else.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, Jeff Hurley, he answers questions. Sometimes I'm busy and I just hand him my phone. So hang on 1 second, talk to Jeff. And I'll give Jeff the phone. He'll answer their questions, give my phone back, and we get on with their day and everything. But yeah, that's, the whole thing is, that's what it's about. I preach this crap all the time. It's team, TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. You work together as a team and help each other out. It's not always about me. Help people out, and don't be holding your hand out and trying to get compensated for it. I hate that stuff. Unless you have a legitimate business and it's a classroom and you're sitting down and you've been certified to be able to teach these people, this is what kills me. A lot of people out there in the industry, and a lot of these people are the ones that I put into the business.
Yeah.
I'm the one that sewed you a skid, that trained you how to run your brush and everything else. And then they start promoting their business, and then they try to start doing classes. And then they start telling everybody, I am an expert. Well, who the hell told you were an expert? I've been doing this for so long. Do you ever hear me say I'm a professional, I'm an expert? I don't never say those words, because I make mistakes just like everybody else. But I'm not out there giving a class.
Well, plus there's always, you can always learn new things from, anybody really.
Yeah.
It's like my dad says, you can learn something, little girl on the pink tricycle says, something that's worth, good knowledge to me. I'm going to go say like, hey, I learned it from the little girl on the pink tricycle.
I learn something every day. And when I learn it, I look at that, I'm like, wow, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You learn, different things, different tricks and everything else. And, the thing about us is I love to help people out. I love to give back. Thank you for all of my supporters. Thank you for all of my customers that buy from us. Thank you everybody who just follow me and just want to, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or just talk crap, and message me. I don't care. But, the whole thing is I love to give back. And I go to bed at night with the gratitude that I did everything I could, that day and helped everybody out. When I go to bed at night, I do turn my phone on silent now. I used to keep my phone on all the time. So all of our workers that are out pressure washing, if they have an emergency, they call Anita's phone. But my number, as you know, on the back of my monitor right here, is in social media world. So it got to where my phone was ringing at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It could be Italy, it could be China, it could be Australia. My phone was ringing all different times. And I had to finally say, okay, when I go to bed at night, I put it on mute, and then I'll deal with the messages the next day.
Yeah, because time for yourself and at home is really important. It's kind of what keeps you going, because if you just work all the time, you're gonna burn yourself out.
And it's happened with me. I'm a go-getter. People that don't know me, I was born and raised in Alabama. We had a farm growing up, and I have that same work mentality, and I still keep it. I got a problem. At night before I go to bed, I sit and tell myself tomorrow I got A, B, C, D, E, F to do. And I don't stop working that day until I get to F, because I want to get everything done. Mm-hmm. It's like when I'm working in here and we're building stuff. You can ask Jeff this. Before we leave, we put every single tool back where it belongs. We blow everything out, dust mop, sweep, and vacuum the carpets and clean everything before we leave. Even though we're going to come right back in the morning and still work on the same piece of equipment, I clean everything up. That way, if a customer comes in, it doesn't look like it's in disarray. People call me a weirdo. You call me whatever the hell you want to, ADD, but that's just me. I like having everything organized and everything has a place.
Well, because also I feel like if you take care of your equipment, it makes the routine easier for the next time you do it, because you're not like, oh, where did I put this thing? You know where everything is after every single job.
And it definitely pays to have the right tools for things too, and you treat them nice for sure. So.
Oh, dude, I do it all the time. I'm out here working on something. I don't leave the tool. I put it right back, because I might get busy. Something might happen, and I'll be like, where in the hell was that tool at? Well, if I put it right back where it belongs, it'll be there when I need it again.
Yep. Exactly.
So, yeah, that's about me keeping up with stuff. I hate losing something. If you want to see Mark blow his lid, lose something, and it drives me freaking nuts. Lose it, like wallets and keys. Like my wallet is in a Velcro pocket here. Keys are on my belt loop. I don't lose them. Phone is always in my pocket, but I put stuff to where I don't lose it.
Well, if you lose your phone, it's ringing so much, you're just like, yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, well, I have my volume
on. You know where it is at all times.
Yeah.
Hang on one second. This is funny. One of my friends come by, he said we were podcasting. Hey, turn around and come back. I'm live right now. Come on in. All right, listen, I'm live right now. I'll call you later. All right, bye. Yeah, one of my friends, haven't talked or seen him in a long time, and we were talking this morning, and I told him I was going to be around the shop today, but I guess he seen me doing the podcast, and he blowed us. But, where were we at? I get distracted.
Talking about losing stuff.
Oh, losing stuff, yeah. So, yeah, that's, and everybody says, well, it's your military background. I said, no, it's not my military background. That's the way I was raised. Like when you grow up, even on a farm, we used to hang our tools on a board, and we would outline it, and then we'd take the tool down and we would paint the tool on the board. So when you look up, you're like, oh, that was a hammer. Where's my damn hammer at? And then you go find your hammer and put it back up on the board. Mm-hmm. Our workbenches inside, you remember, the clear mason jars that has the little copper or the little
like the tin lid or whatever.
Yeah. So you screw your lid underneath your shelf, and then you got your nuts and bolts, and you just screw it up underneath there. So these are the little things that I grew up, and that way we keep up with everything. We always, knew where our screws were at, our nuts, our bolts, our washers, because we would, decorate our garage or our work shed or whatever it was. So that has followed me my whole life, and that's just the way I am now.
Yeah, I don't blame you, because I used to race motocross, and I was changing my own top ends and working on my own engines and things like that, and so I always needed to know where my tools were at, even though sometimes like our drawers and stuff were a little messy, but I knew where everything was, and it definitely paid to have the right tools. And so organizing is key for sure, and to not lose things.
Yeah.
I've lost so many, like I would just buy parts for my bike, and sometimes I'd set them down somewhere and I'd lose them, and I'd be like, no, where are they? So it's really important to know where things are for sure, especially if you're building something too.
Yeah. So these two young gentlemen right here, their father, Phil raised these kids right. And that's what I was talking about when we're in the thing. Mm-hmm. Max is 22, Sam is 19, and these kids' work ethic is phenomenal.
Thank you.
So the whole thing is nowadays, and I get on to my niece and nephew because they're real bad about throwing a phone or a tablet in front of their kid's face just to quieten them down. Dude, that's not what it's about. Because as they get older, they don't have that communication and that knowledge. Even though they're watching a cartoon, what are you learning from it?
Not much.
Nothing.
Well, because you have to remember, those tablets are designed to feed that dopamine, that and just give you that constant, dopamine hit every
Yep.
single time. So if you stick that in front of a kid and that kid's raised on constantly getting whatever he wants all the time, trying to discipline that kid's going to be next to impossible because he's
Yep.
so used to getting everything he wants through the screen. He's going to think that that's how it works out here in the real world, and that's just not the case.
Yeah. I blame the younger generation on the parents for the way they were. So, they may have been young and had a kid and they're like, God, I just don't want to deal with it right now. I want to rest. I've worked all day. They throw a tablet in them that shuts them up. They can take a nap, do whatever they got to do, or just get through the rest of the day. You got to give your family, your kids, your attention.
100%.
Teach them things. A lot of things now, as parents, as like the guys, if you have a boy, even a girl, the fathers are out there, even the mothers are out there to provide. So they're burnt out and they're tired. And then when they get home, instead of teaching that kid how to check the oil on the engine or to wash clothes or dishes, they just do it themselves because they just want to get it over and get through the day and then start their next day. So the whole thing I'm trying to say right now is whenever I see somebody that comes into our business that wants to get into this industry, especially if you're a younger generation, and I see that you're wanting to really focus and commit, I will give you a lot more time. These two come in with their father. It was like on a weekend the first time you come in.
Yeah.
I spent half a day with them because I seen their motivation and drive, and they just got questions, nonstop asking questions. They're not sitting there like a bump on a log or looking at their phone at their social media. They were really focused and want to get into this business. And that's why when I knew they were coming in today, I wanted to throw them on a podcast and show these kids, show them to you and say, look, if you really want to get out there and get motivated and get the business, get out there and do it. You got to have that hustle, motivation, and drive.
And sometimes it can be so degrading. Like we've probably knocked on easily 2,000 doors so far, and I mean, going door to door is crazy because it's so degrading sometimes when people just slam the door in your face. You're like, man, I'm not getting any business. It's like the ratio is 100 to 1. You knock on 100 doors, you get one. But like to be consistent, to be able to do that and keep going and have that drive to really want the work, that's what's key for it. Is because there's been some really rough days for me and him where we're going out trying to get jobs we want to work, but just people they're kind of skeptical and they don't really trust you, and so it's tough. But the only advice that I can give just from being in it for the little bit that I have is to just have the courage to do it and not be afraid to be persistent and not be afraid to have the word no said to you,
Yeah.
because it's tough.
That's where a lot of. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, that's where a lot of these startup companies, where it's like everyone's like, oh, I want to start a business, and it sounds great on paper, and then you actually get into it and you start getting into the stuff, and I have never been told no, and it's more failure than it is success, and then once you hit a certain point, it's gonna start being more success, but that point, it's so far down the road that most people aren't willing to put in this, enough skin in the game to, get to that point, and that's why a lot of these companies that start up, sort of go under.
But I feel like the more you do it, and the more no's you have said to you, and the more jobs you ask and just keep trying to get, eventually that workload's just gonna fall on top of you, and you're gonna have more work than you know what to do with.
Well, when you do get the job, you're like, what did I do different with that customer? What did I say to them that was different from all the no's? What made this customer say yes? So
100%.
You're teaching yourself. It's just like learning how to change the oil on the engine. Now that you taught yourself, now you know how to do it every time. So I have people that ask me, they're like, well, Mark, how do you do it? I'll go, if I'm in a neighborhood and I've cleaned a job, like if I've seen a homeowner out front watering their grass or their plants or whatever, I'll stop and have a cart and say, look, I'm not a pushy salesman. I said, I'm not here to waste your time. Here's a card. This is what I do. Just took care of your neighbors. If you ever need this service, give me an opportunity to give you a price. And I turn and walk away.
Yep.
I don't even say bye to them. And they're like, well, 9 times out of 10, they'll say, well, how much would you charge me? So now I've turned around.
Yeah, you're
now
right
I'm
back
back,
in it.
I'm back in the game again. And then I'll go over the pricing and everything else. And then if they're happy with it, by the second time I come in, I say, oh, well, thank you so much. You know, I'll shake their hand. I said, these are my prices. If you need anything, give me a call. And I'll turn around again. If they like your prices, they're like, well, when can you do it? Round 3.
Yeah.
Now I'm committed to you. I got a new customer. I'm going to do the job.
Yep.
And then once they get to know me, then I start telling them all the other great stuff I can do for you.
Because they're actually interested versus where you have, you know, you're trying to shove information down somebody's throat who's not interested. You're just kind of wasting your breath there.
Yeah, and the people that will put a sandwich bag with a card and some rocks and throw it up on a doorstep or stick a card in somebody's doorstep, I got signs that says no soliciting. And I still have knuckleheads that will knock on my door and they'll start talking to me. And then I'll see if they're nervous or if they got a good story. And then I'm going to say, well, first of all, you didn't read the sign. It says no soliciting. But I'm going to give you 2 seconds to grab my attention because I do this for a living. And then I explain to them, I do this for a living. I'm not trying to be a jackass. I'm not trying to be a smartass. I'm not trying to be rude.
Right.
I want to see what your sales pitch is, and you got 2 seconds. Go.
100%. I'm guilty of that. I've read the signs and I still do it anyway because like I'm there and I feel like that I'm not, our deals are like really good. So I want to work. I really want to work is the main thing. And so I see the sign though, and I'll even apologize. Hey, I saw the sign, but I try to give them my pitch and it'll go 50-50. Sometimes they'll just slam that door in my face and say, you didn't read the sign. And then, or they'll be like, hey, actually, okay. Yeah.
Dude, there's been time. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so I definitely have a new respect for door-to-door people like that try to sell solar or anything else because after doing it, you're like, I feel for you. Like I know you've probably knocked on 500 doors today, and you know it sucks. But I'm gonna try to give you like the respect and try to let you talk yourself out, and you know at least give you the chance.
You can ask my wife. I am the worst person to talk to after I've had a long day because normally my voice is completely shot. And that's all I've been doing is talking all day. And the last thing I want to do is have to get up because my dogs are barking at the door because somebody's ringing my doorbell or they're beating on the door, and I got to deal with you. When I come home, I want to take a shower, get me a bite to eat, dogs up in my lap, watching my recorded, car shows, and that's it. But yeah, the whole thing is, it's like Corian, one, all you need is one yes. I feel you. So Corian, I'm seeing all you guys that are in here chatting right now. You're from Los Angeles. You're looking to get in commercial. Do you get calls from this area? Corian, AM Pressure Washing is considered tri-state. We clean California, Las Vegas, and Arizona. I get calls everywhere. So I can't clean everything. So I do have other companies that I do call that are in areas to do work. I'm going to give you my number right here, Corian. Give me a call a little bit later this evening, and I can talk to you what I would need from you. And you can give me a holler, and we can go over it. I just texted in the chat box. So, you can give me a call, and I can go over the commercial accounts and all that other kind of stuff, or just any jobs. Right now, we start back tomorrow. We are in Palisades. I've got a 7,800 square foot home tomorrow. The following days, we're in Altadena. We've got 1, 2, 3, and then Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, Thursday, we have another big home. So the big homes are the ones that's, huge square foot.
Oh, yeah.
And you got a lot of property, 1, 2, 3 acre properties that you got to clean.
There's probably a lot of mess too because of the fires, right?
Yeah. So, a lot of people's like, well, it's going to be raining tomorrow. Are you going to clean? I love the rain. I want to clean in the rain. The rain helps lubricate everything and helps us to get it clean a lot quicker. Rain is in our favor. So, but yeah, we're starting to get a lot of the calls right now on all the fire areas.
Yeah.
A lot of people are trying to get back into their homes, and we are definitely going to get them all cleaned up and get them back in because they don't want to be breathing all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the 9 times out of 10, anybody that's got a pressure washing company that's got pressure washers with hot water, you got to have hot water. You got to have DI water to clean everybody's windows. We take the screens off. We wash the screens. We wash the windows. Then we wash the tracks out of the windows. That way, if there's any ash or dust or dirt, the windows can slide and open up. So there's a lot of things we do whenever we clean a fire damaged home. It's not the home is fire damage. It was just in the area where all the fires were at, because you get pelted with all of this ash and dust and dirt and smoke. You get a lot of soot on the homes from all the smokes. If it's, if a firefighter is spraying a home next door to you, guess where all that water gets splattered? Over there on your property. Some of the homes we're cleaning, this was the first. We have a home that we got to clean tomorrow. The homeowner paid a company to come out and spray their home with flame retardant. Well, it was white. It wasn't the red, the phosphorus flame retardant. This is a white flame retardant. So the company that called me up, the insurance company that called me up, they were sending me pictures, and I said, "What is this white stuff?" And they said, "Oh, that's flame retardant." I said, "Well, look at the metal. This flame retardant's done eat the paint off the metal." And I'm like, "Oh, these homeowners didn't know. Nobody tells them. All they want to do is get that money and sell your flame retardant." Yep. But they saturated this whole house. So all of their aluminum awnings, their patio furniture, they have metal over their windows. So all of that's going to have to be removed, sandblasted, re-powder coated, and reinstalled back on the home. So these are the things that, I try to educate people with. And then the poor girl that, called me, I explained this to her. And she's like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "No, ma'am." I said, "So with your insurance, you need to let them know that flame retardant was sprayed on your home to prevent the fire, keep it from burning, and that you got to have, painting done." So, whenever you're doing metal, you want to remove it if you can. If it's concreted into the slab, like all of the fencing and all that kind of stuff, then you're going to have somebody come out and tape everything up and spray everything. But, these are some of the things that you deal with when you're dealing with fire damage. But, it's going to be, next few months is going to be crazy.
But honestly, I'd rather have the, metal be eaten away than my house burned down.
Correct.
So that's,
The first home we cleaned like a week ago, when we got on the roof, there were probably over 200 tiles broke. And this is a multi-million-dollar home. So we took pictures of everything. So whenever we go out to like one of these homes that we clean, in the fire areas, the first thing we do is we get on the roof, we take pictures of everything, we document everything before we even start cleaning. Yep. That way we have a record of it. All of our pictures are time-stamped, date, time, latitude, longitude. That way we have it to give to the homeowner, and they can use those pictures to show the insurance company. Yeah. And then as we clean, we won't clean the areas where the tiles are broke, because we don't have extra tiles in our back pocket to replace them. So we wash around them, because you don't want water going underneath the tile, because if the tar paper is tore, the water's going to penetrate the plywood, and then you're going to have water damage inside the house. So these are some of the things that I'm trying to give you right now. And everybody, I know I told you last week I wasn't going to do no more than 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30-minute podcast. We are...
Like 38 minutes.
Where's my meter at? I just seen it. Where did it go? I think, we're like 38 minutes.
See it on the YouTube one right there.
YouTube one.
Or the TikTok.
37 minutes. There it is.
Oh, okay.
But, I didn't mean to go over long, but with the two boys here and the things that we're talking about, I wanted to give a little bit more knowledge out there. If you guys are getting calls and you own a pressure washing company to go out and clean some of these fire-stricken areas, and if you're out there and you're having problems with cleaning something, give me a call. I don't mind helping you out, because, it's like I said, team. Together, everyone achieves more. We want to help you out. We want to make sure you do the right thing. Don't do the wrong thing, and then you get a bad name, and then you start losing accounts and everything else. So if you don't know how to clean something, if I can give you some advice, if I know how to do it, I'll share my advice with you. It's free. If it works for you, it didn't cost you nothing. If it doesn't work for you, go back to your old ways. It's okay. I don't know hard feelings. Wash Bros podcast, way better. What? Hagen, Ferrara. Well, opinions are opinions. It's okay. I don't care. Pressure washing podcast is crazy. Wow.
Who's this? Oh, this is TikTok.
Yeah, it's over here on TikTok. LAMFAO, whatever. Right on, dude. So you got some notoriety, Hagen. So everybody that's on TikTok seeing this guy right here, whatever. But yeah, Hagen, we're here to help people. We're not here to be negative. The world is negative as it is.
Right.
You know, if somebody else does a better podcast, kudos to them. I'm not here to get graded. I don't care. I'm just here to help people out and give you free advice. So if it doesn't work for you and you got nothing better else to do is, you know, belittle other people, then you must be bored in your life. So it's all good. I don't care. Oh, he said I was just pulling your leg. I don't know who he is. We have so many people that chime in. I can't keep up with everybody. All right, dude. But you guys got anything you want to put out?
No, I mean, we had our numbers. I mean, our email is, solarsweep@icloud.com, all lowercase, no space. Other than that, that's kind of really all we have to put out there.
We kind of covered everything pretty much. So
Yeah. And the thing about these two guys is I literally went out to one of their jobs and worked with them to show them how to cut the top part of the panel, to get the dirt out of the little lip and then clean the panels and then you cut your bottom. So I literally went out and worked with the guys and trained them how to clean. So it's not like you're getting somebody new in the game that doesn't have zero experience.
Right.
We have worked with them, and these kids have asked me, I call them kids, they're young men. They have asked me so many questions and, helped them out. They've come and got cleaning products. They've come and got, the pressure washer, the burner. They have all the tools to do everything you need. So this is why I was telling you earlier in the podcast that I work with these guys. And when I see somebody that's motivated and really wants to get out there and grow a business and become their own entrepreneur, you'll get my support 110%, and I'll help you out any way I can. Well, guys, let's see who we got here. Some of the chats here.
someone commented on the TikTok one.
We can all eat together, no need to hate. Correct.
Oh, this guy said a question. He said, "What's good equipment to start my own business?"
Ivan, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to do solar panel cleaning? Are you trying to do pressure washing? So solar panel cleaning, you need a pressure washing system with DI water. If you want to get into the pressure washing world, you're going to be running a pressure washer with a burner with hot water, and it's hard water. Everybody thinks you can clean concrete with cold water. Well, let me explain something to you. Chemicals is not the way to go. If you're with hot water gets up oil and it gets up gum. If you try to do it with cold water, the grease will get thicker and like coagulate, and the gum will harden up, and then you'll start damaging concrete. So you got to have hot water. Hot water will make the gum just disintegrate. Two different worlds. You can't run a burner with DI water. The DI water will attack the burner and start eating your coil up. A lot of people ask me that question. But, if you got questions, feel free to call me anytime. I will be more than glad to help you. Let's see what else we got going over. Set up your own business. Hey, oh, is that?
That's me. I was asking that guy's on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Gaga. Pressure washing center. Okay. Pressure washing. So you're going to need a pressure washer with a burner, Ivan. So you need hot water. I don't know where you're located. Ivan, if you want to, I'm going to type my number down here in the chat box. In about an hour or so, I got a few people calling me when I get off the podcast, but in about hour and a half, 2 hours, give me a call. I'll be more than glad to help you. Let me send you my number. And I'll talk to you about equipment. I don't know where you're located. If you're located close to me in Southern California, you're more than welcome to come by and see me. But I can go over all that when we talk on the phone. So I'll give you a call, or call me here in a little bit, Ivan. I don't have your number. Let's see, what other questions we got? This is the first time I'm hearing someone saying things that can help. This is the first time I'm here. Someone saying things that can help. Yeah, that's what it's about. We're here to help you. I'm not here trying to sell you nothing. I'm not here to tell lies and tell you to do something. I'm not here to promote anything. I'm not trying to promote a product. All of my stuff I have in my showroom, if you go to my vehicles, it's in my equipment. I do not sell anything for anybody that I don't use in the field. So a lot of people, it's all about the Benjamins to them. If somebody says, hey, I want you to sell this soap, or I want you to sell this brush, You know, and they start filling their showroom full of stuff. Well, if you've never used it and it's not tried and true and you don't know it's a good product and you're out there promoting it, well, guess what? If it's not a good product, it makes you look bad.
Right.
It makes you look like a DA for even, you know, selling that stuff. So all the stuff that I have, the reason it's in my showroom is because we use it all the time and it is good products. You know, I don't talk about a product and brag about it unless I use it. So, what else we got going on here? From Brazil. Oh, Pablo, I work with energy, solar. What's going on? From Brazil. Shoot me your information. Here, I'm going to give you my number as well. I just had somebody from Brazil call me. I don't know if this was you or not. They were looking for a J. Racenstein rotary brush. So I don't know if this is you or not. Mark is a good guy. I can attest to this. Help us out tremendously. Mr. McClare, thank you so much. UV Pro Tech. I'm trying to go back and catch up on some of the messages in here. Instagram's where it's at. I guess it's lunchtime and everybody's on their lunch break and everybody's
definitely.
like, well, let me listen to Mark's
especially
butt for a little while.
once TikTok got banned, I think they did bring it back, but they also took it off of the App Store. So a lot of people that did delete the app already migrated to Instagram.
Yeah, TikTok and Instagram are the ones that's got all the chats up. So anybody that's on TikTok or Instagram, I'll come back and hit them up. Schwartz Electrical, 66 panels, ground mounts. Those are the easy ones. Congratulations on your job. Kudos to you. Over here on TikTok, I think I pretty much hit everything. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you that are on your lunch break right now, watching ugly old me, thank you for tuning in. And thank you for watching these two guys. These
you
two
for having
guys,
us on
Sam
here.
and Max, we appreciate
thank
you
you so
guys
much.
coming in. Thank you so much for everything you do, supporting us, buying our equipment. And everybody, I'm going to end it. So all the ones that I sent the number out to, it's in your message or in the chat box. Save my number. Give me a call. If I don't answer the phone, like I said, you'll get 3 texts. On the phone, with the customer, or on a job. But if, I'll reply back to it. I'll save it in my message box, and I'll reply back to you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want to say, just for the fun of it, can we shout out the Instagram and Facebook?
Go for it.
The Instagram is Solar Sweep Inc., all lowercase, no space, and then Facebook is just going to be Solar Sweep, capital S is on both names and a space in the middle.
Well, there you go. Well, Sam,
Thank you for having us on.
Max,
Thank you, Mark.
everybody, thank you for tuning in. Everybody have a great day. Have a great week. We appreciate you.